What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sense, and you are back with another episode of Common Sense Reactions. You already know what it is, man. So today, we dealing with Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels does a lot of black-centric content. I think he really first got popping. Well, I can't say for like the rest of the world, but for me, like when I found out about him is when he connected with Charleston White. I feel like Charleston White did put on a lot of content, creator channels and stuff like that, just by doing interviews with them and stuff. So, it was a good thing. But yeah, he just dropped a video that's called "These Are Not My People Just Because They Are Black," and this is a lady and her position on, I guess, the election or whatever else. We're gonna find out what.
I am not your people, all skin folk and kinfolk. I refuse to be attached to people that want to stay on the plantation. I let y'all go a long time ago. I have nothing to tell you. I'm not your people. We are not the same. Some have morals and some don't. You are on the side with no morals. You're on the side where they want women to be men and men to be women. You're on that side. You on the side.
First of all, I just want to say there was a time in the history of humanity where we were able to disagree on positions without having to feel like we have to choose a side. Or not even that we have to choose a side, because obviously there's a side that you agree with, there's a side that you don't. But there was a time where that didn't separate us as individuals. It was like, all right, you believe that. I don't know how. Doesn't make sense to me, but I still fuck with you. You pretty cool to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it feels like ever since Trump's first presidency, and it's not his fault, I feel like it's been building for a while in the world and in this country. It's just like you could see it everywhere. Argentina, all of these different places are starting to have these populist movements. And it wasn't Trump that guy that kicked off you, like, you know what I mean? I think maybe he was the first example publicly that it was possible, you know what I mean? But it's been building in all of these countries for a long time, you feel me? So, but ever since that time, it seems like people feel like they have to fight one another, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel that way. I'm a very neutral person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to be very liberal. I feel like a lot of the policies started going too far to the left. I understood gays, I understood lesbians, I understood bisexuals. The trans community, I don't understand. But that never made me hate them. That never made me think that they don't deserve rights or that they shouldn't be treated like human beings. Where it's going too far now is this like bullying of school systems, of social systems, where now your beliefs are invalidated, your morals are invalidated. So if a person presents as a male or whatever, but you understand them to be a female, you are now forced to refer to this person as a female, or you're forced to allow male, or you're forced to allow this person into the restroom with naturally born females when they're identifying as females. And I think it's just getting to a weird position where, we're putting people at risk. I have no problem in having a all genders restroom, like, you know what I mean? Like, have a male, have a female, have a neutral. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be inclusive. But like all this forcing people into accepting things, I'm not fucking with.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Well, that being said, like I said, we do not have to be enemies just because we disagree. We got to stop that shit. Like, that's really going to tear this world up, and this world is already going to get torn up anyhow. Nothing that I say that's going to change that. but I still feel like it's my responsibility to say that, because I might be able to reach like one or two people that are like, yo, you know what, he right. We don't gotta hate each other. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. You know we're going to spin a block on this one because we got to get the full context, but we not going to let that go, are we? I always like to give credit to the content creators, so the link to her profile is going to be in the description. Also, get that Teach Henley, 30%, 40% off your first order, plus 20% off of life. And then last but not least, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon link is in the description. She said a word right there before we even start to get into the full context of what she's saying. What did she say? She says, y'all ignoring all of y'all morals and principles and what it is that you stand for. I'm going to break it down from a C student's perspective. Y'all ignoring everything that y'all stand for.
Did you just say I'm gonna break it down from a C student's perspective? I like that. Make yourself seem common, like identifiable. You're not super highly intellectual. You're just one of the people. That's cool.
To rock with and identify with a candidate that does not have your best interests at heart, and then y'all using identity politics to validate your decision because you're not even an informed voter. Ooh, we a conservative people. That's what they try.
Yeah, see, that I do agree with, right? So, like, I think in general, our communities are more conservative. I am one of the more liberal people that I know within my family and friend group. Like, you know, I'm 100% cool with gay people. I'm 100% cool with lesbians. I'm 100% cool with transgenders. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? As long as you don't try and force your lifestyle on me or approach me inappropriately. And I have been approached. You know what I'm saying? I've had gay people holler at me. And I just let them know, oh, man, I appreciate that. But, you know, that's not my thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever. Like, it's just like if you saw a bad bitch on the sidewalk, you holler at her, no, I got a man, or no, I'm not interested. It's like, you know what I mean? You gotta shoot your shot if that's what you're interested in. Shoot your shot. I'm not mad at that. But it's like if I tell you, like, that's not what I'm on, and you still force the issue, I've had that situation too. But it's like, yo, that's not what I'm on. And bro, like, tried another angle. And I was just like, hey, bro, I'm being respectful about the situation. If you continue to push down this direction, I'm not going to be so respectful the next time. So, you know, it's on you now. And he was like, nah, man, I appreciate that. I had much respect. And then we were cool after. Like, you know what I'm saying? No reason to get upset. No reason to get angry. No reason to get violent. You just let them know that's not what you want. If they doing too much, you let them know, hey, yo, I just been respectful about the situation, respectful to who you are, respectful to who I am. You know what I'm saying? If you try me again, I'm going to take it as disrespect. Now we got to fight. You feel me? And that's fine. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Anyhow, let's keep it going.
Trying to act like we not. They try to act like we just willy-nilly until they replace you. When illegal immigrants coming into this country, they replace you with a new voter block, then they going to say they don't need you because they got a triple minority over there. She said, look, I don't stand on the people that stand on the plantation that continue want to do the same thing, even though you're getting progressively worse every single year, every single generation. You worse off than you ever been before, but you still going to stand on that same thing. Let me spin the block real quick.
I have this problem with this whole replacement theory, and it's like nuanced, right? Because it's like, sure, like there's probably this influx taking place so that it will balance out the voter ratio. You know what I mean? Especially since they are perceiving the transition of the black community to a more conservative demographic. You know, So if they need more voters, they may bring in people that owe them something. You know what I mean? Like you kind of owe us. We let you stay here, man, and we gave you a bunch of money, type shit. It's true. So to that effect, it's true. But this whole word of replacement is, I think, uniquely coined and designed to evoke fear, evoke hatred, evoke resentment. I don't think replacement is the accurate terminology or something that would be a beneficial terminology to use in this situation. Thirdly, I don't know if I'm on secondly or thirdly or firstly, so I'm just gonna say a number. So thirdly, we're at the bottom. Go ahead and replace us. Let's move up. You know what I'm saying? You acting like it can get any worse than it is right now. It's not. It's either they're gonna step on our backs and elevate themselves, or we're gonna take the opportunity that while somebody else is being, treated to the position that we formerly had, we take that opportunity to rise up. And I don't think anybody should be left behind. I don't believe in racial division, none of that. But it's like the world is what it is. So you gotta deal with it how it is. Like, you can't deal with it how you wish it was.
You gotta get the full context before we rock out.
Correction. I am not your people. All skin folk and kinfolk.
Might have to go to the original
I
video.
refuse to be attached to people that want to stay on the plantation.
Talk to
I
me.
let y'all go a long time ago. I have nothing to tell you. I'm not your people. We are not the same. Some have morals and some don't. You are on the side with no morals. You on the side where they want women to be men and men to be women. You on that side. You on the side of bad and evil. We are not the same.
Hold on. See, this is another problem, bro. Demonizing the other side. Republicans are doing it. Oh, they're evil. They want this. They want that. They want this. Democrats are doing it. Oh, they're evil. Look at them. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're doing this. The problem with harsh terminologies like evil, this is so complex. It's like, how do I deal with this? How do I break this down and not get too overly fuck it? Because you're going to see the different sides of me. You're going to see the clown, and you're going to see the serious side. You're going to see the socially aware side. You're going to see everything about me in these reactions, because I'm going to deal with serious topics and I'm going to deal with some funny shit. You know what I mean? So it's whatever. If that's not what you're into, then fuck it, go to another channel. But this right here is the problem that I find with religion. So first of all, I'm not religious. I am spiritual. I have spiritual beliefs, and I believe in energy. I believe in the universe. I believe in balance. That being said, it puts me in a unique position of understanding that most people aren't, because they categorize themselves in a religion. Now, the problem with religion is it calls things evil. This is good, this is bad. This is good, this is bad. This is good, this is bad. This is evil, this is holy. Now, when your religious construct informs you that certain types of behavior are evil, which in the greater scheme of things don't affect anybody. If someone wants to put on a dress, it doesn't affect the world in any way. It makes you uncomfortable, because you'd rather your son be masculine, you'd rather your son go play football, you'd rather your son go, can't wait to talk to your son about picking up girls and stuff like that and all that type of shit. So it will make you uncomfortable, maybe even angry, maybe even upset, depending on the person that you are. But evil, it's not affecting the world in any, like, two niggas fucking does nothing to the world. Nothing, except diminish the population, which, if you're to believe the politicians, is necessary in order for the survival of the planet. I don't believe that. I believe that motherfuckers are just greedy and overuse resources, and that's what's causing our shortages. And if there are shortages, if they're not manufactured by these power systems so that they could hike prices and, you know, increase profit margins and stuff like that. If that's even so, like, you know, if that's even the case. But I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm trying to find it again. But shit, I kind of lost it. I lost it, guys. I gotta stop smoking weed. And I know there's a motherfucker out there like, damn, he was on a roll. Like, nah, but you know, when you categorize a whole political system as, or a political category as evil, you're on dangerous and shaky territory, because you're assuming that the decisions being made are being made from a moral or ethical standpoint, and they're not. They're just being made off of a power standpoint. If I take this position, how much power can it bring to my side? You're not accepting gays and homosexuals? Cool, we'll accept gays and homosexuals and push for some of the things that they want, and they will vote for us because of it. You know, the Republicans have their own power structure, their own identities that they tap into in order to continue and maintain their power in different states and stuff. But none of these people are holy. None of these people are ethical. None of these people are better than you and me. None of the woman speaking right now, I'm sure if we dug into her life, we'll find that she is less than 100% holy. For her to even point her finger at somebody else and call anybody else as evil is like absolutely disgusting to me. I'm pretty sure I was big into the Bible when I was younger, so I do recall. I won't be able to recall the passage and give you a chapter and a verse and, you know, the book, but I know there is a segment in the Bible that talks about not judging others, and that judgment is only for God. You can't determine what's, you know what I mean? You could say that the other side is practicing something that goes against my beliefs, and for that reason I'm going to vote this side, but I don't feel like it's your place to call something evil or to, you know what I mean? The Bible evolved, bro. There was things that were right in the Bible, in the New Testament, that became wrong in, Old Testament that became wrong in the New Testament, like polygamy. So who's to tell you that God hasn't evolved since that point? Your God, because I don't believe in the same one as you. But who's to tell you that your God hasn't evolved from that time? If he can change and go from opening the earth and swallowing up hundreds of thousands of people and like just being a vindictive, like aggressive individual, and can, you know, he can evolve into a different form of love and a different form of correction. Who's to tell you he hasn't evolved over that time? You don't have any right to say anything. Nothing. You're not God. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow.
And I would never be associated with people like you. I'm not your people. You might want to go find...
And I'm happy you're not, because you're fucking arrogant as shit, and, you know, your head's up your own ass.
I know. Because they're not the conservative. They're the liberals. They the ones burning flags and putting up other people's flags. Mm. They the ones spew hate all day long on my pages. They the one that don't believe in God. Go find your people. It ain't...
You know what's so...
The Democrats are the ones who... Look, there's a lot of hate being spewed from both sides. I'm going to use a line from my boy Trump. You know, it's a lot of hate being spewed from both sides. The Republicans, Trump is talking about giving blanket immunity to all police officers. After, I think it was before, slightly before, but, you know, this cop just shot an innocent woman in the face, ended her life. She was scared. She called the cops for help for a situation she saw, you know, or maybe thought she saw, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of dog whistle racism going on in the Republican Party, and does that mean that you shouldn't vote for them? No, you should vote for your personal interests. If like the morals of no gay marriage and stuff like that, Trump, you know, police responsibility and stuff in your mind, then go vote for that. That's fine. If economics, like a good, strong economy with a lot of jobs and stuff like that, and where everybody has a lot of money and everybody's able to spend and enjoy themselves, if that's what you want, I believe we had that under Trump. That's what it felt like. I'm not a politician. I'm not the most you know, educated on these topics where I like go into details and I could tell you, oh, he did this policy. All I could tell you is what I felt like as a business owner, that under his presidency, I had plenty of money. I hated what was going on socially. You know what I mean? So I hated him at that time. And then when he left, I was like, bro, who cares about who cares about this social shit? Because like at the end of the day, if like the hood gets hungrier, the hood gets more violent. If like poor people get hungrier, they get more violent. There's less resources, they're gonna fight more for those minimal resources. So life was a lot better when there was money. Yes, I saw horrible things taking place on TV. And yes, we all saw like that it emboldened the racists and the hateful people in this country to get more aggressive with their racism. Yes, all of these things are true. You know, I can't deny those things. In my mind, I'd still rather have Trump back right now. You know what I mean? I don't think Kamala is going to fix this economy. I don't think she has an answer for it. She's not that bright. You know what I mean? I don't think Trump was that bright. But whoever his people were around him were making the right moves, it seems. You know? It is what it is. Vote for your self-interest. That's what I'm saying. Vote for your self-interest.
Funny that I say this regularly. For those of you that's new here, I believe a certain way. And I don't necessarily push my beliefs on other people, but I stand on something, right? And I'm not a finished product because we're always a work in progress and we need to continue to evolve to become better versions of ourselves every day. But I am certainly somebody that stands for something. And one thing is for certain and two things is for sure. You'll never be able to get me to denounce the thing that I believe in, and that is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It just is what it is. I'm standing on that, whether you agree with me or you disagree.
And I respect that. 100%. Dog. I broke my jaw 7 years ago, and it's always been hard to talk since because this side of my face is still numb. Like up to this day, I still have problems with feeling and stuff, so it's hard for me to talk sometimes. So my apologies. But I completely respect that. Like, yes, we all have our principles, we all have our beliefs, we all have our, you know, the things that we stand on, and it's fine. But it shouldn't be hateful and it shouldn't be divisive. This bitch is foul. Like, I can't, bro, like, if I had money, I would find out who she was, I'd hire a private investigator to follow her for months. I'd do this to anybody. Anybody who comes out and has any of these hateful and rigid stances on things, I'd do it to every single person who gets platformed. If you get a platform, you go viral, beware. I'm putting some money on an investigator. Anything weird that comes out, I'm putting it out there, bro. Because y'all gonna stop acting like you better than people. That's what you're not gonna do. Y'all better, you two better not work out for me. Y'all in trouble.
Agree with me whether you follow or worship something different. I am that to my core. And it's funny because every single church that I pass in major liberal cities, no matter where it is that I visit, they always got this rainbow flag that perverts what God then ordained or had a covenant with man as far as what it was that he would never do to the earth again. That was a covenant between God and man as far as the rainbow itself. And they've taken it and they turned it into something completely different. And it's unfortunate. And that's the party that you stand with. That's the people that you rock with. So we're going to ignore every other thing that you associate with as far as how it is that you then segregate yourself against people. Because I also...
I'll say this, the people who are doing that, they're doing it based off of social issues. Like, yes, they may not align with you on religious issues, but, you know, your life isn't governed by your religious standpoints. Unfortunately, like, whether a person supports gay marriage or abortion or not, that's not going to affect your life. That's not going to affect your day-to-day. That's not going to affect how you eat, how you feed your family. So the people who are voting Democratic are voting for social structure, social welfare systems. They're voting for people who at least pretend to care about the issues of the black community and will put some type of structures in there and protections to stop police murders and stuff like that. And then the other side will just let you get mowed down because they're not even pretending to give a shit about you. Like I said, that being said, if I was in a position to have a contribution, I would still go Republican because, like I said, I'm going for my self-interest. I'm going for my pockets. My pockets were good when Trump was in. Fuck everything else. I can handle that myself. I stay out the way. I don't do crimes. I don't sell drugs. You know what I mean? I don't do none of that shit. So I'm not worried about police and all that type of stuff. And like, first of all, that I shouldn't even say that because that lady who just got shot, she didn't do nothing wrong. So you could still run into an asshole cop and that could be your last day. You know what I'm saying? But whether the Democrats are in, because the Democrats are in right now, or the Republicans are in, it's still gonna happen. The only difference is they publicize it when it's advantageous to their agenda, right? So right now, there's the fear of Trump coming in. So what are they gonna start doing? They're gonna start publicizing, front paging every single cop shooting until election day. Mark my words. You're going to see one happening every 3 days, and they're going to say, oh, it's on the rise, and oh, there you see this white camp Trump in here because you're going to have no protection. You're going to go wild, but they've been going wild, bro, and they go wild under both parties. And neither party is... Okay, so the Democratic Party does more than the Republican Party. The Republican Party doesn't even care or pretend to address it. They don't, you know what I'm saying? The Democrats at least tried to put body cams in and stuff like that, like to give it some type of, where there'd be like more of a thought process before these things start happening, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Believe, even though you may believe differently than me, or you may live an alternative lifestyle that's differently than mine, I believe in your freedom to be able to do what you want to do, but that don't mean that I'm going to lean into that and then in order to justify why I'm voting for you. If I'm going to vote for you, I'm going to vote based off of policy. I'm going to vote based off of who it is that can negotiate this in my best interest.
Right.
I'm going to vote based off of whether or not they can negotiate peace and start no new wars so that we don't have to give a whole bunch of money to a completely different country. I'm going to vote based off of whether or not we have to contribute an extended amount of money in order to join NATO or get other people to join in order to get this proclaimed world peace that ain't nothing but peaceful. I'm going to stand on freedom of choice without them pushing their agenda on me and forcing me to be able to adopt it in our schools and our libraries and so on and so forth. That is demonic.
This is the exact same shit that I was saying. Now he just went off on a tangent and started talking about that's demonic and all of this type of stuff, and like that's where you lose me. But everything else he said, 100%, I agree, 100%.
In my opinion, because you can't force nobody to do what they don't want to do, and more importantly, what y'all don't realize is that they're basically tying you to the party. And they're using that leverage in order to then force you or convince you that you not on code unless you vote in a certain way. So you telling me you taking away my choice? So I can...
Yeah, that's out of pocket. Like, both. Yeah, no, don't touch that. No. You don't see. You don't see right now. You don't see. No. No matter what you cry or do what, it's still gonna be no. You can come sit with me if you want. If not, you can pout and leave the room. All right, so yeah, like I was saying, both sides are doing that. The Democrats are saying, "Oh, you're not black if you don't vote Democrat." Excuse me. And Trump's going off on everybody from like Jews to blacks, talking about if you're black and you vote Democrat, you need to have your head examined. He's saying it to the Jews too. Like, bro is insane, fam. Like, he has like, one thing I respect is he disrespects everybody equally. He's like not showing favoritism, and like the Jewish community is a community that the political systems tend to cater to, you know what I'm saying? Because they have a lot of money, they have a lot of power. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, when I say that, it's not in like, oh, Jews are evil people. No. They're doing what they're supposed to with their money and their power. They right. You know what I'm saying? You just making up songs over here while I'm trying to do my video? Yeah, so, but like, that's wrong. That's wrong as well. Don't tell me what I am and don't tell me how I have to vote. Don't try and put pressure on me. I might around and just vote for the other nigga just because you want to be a dickhead and try and tell me how I'm supposed to act.
Can't vote for who I want to vote for based off of being informed and how that's going to best suit my daughter because I got to align with identity politics. That you supposed to be my people based off of something that you can't even control. You can't even control what you was born, but you can control whether or not you got a good attitude or whether or not we align based off of the same principles or we worship the same or we have the same ability to be able to pull ourselves out of poverty. That's what a conservative Republican Party that is not extreme to the right stands for. It's not to give you something in order to tether you to whatever it is that they think is going to make sense for you to stay a part of the voter block for the rest of your life. It's supposed to be about you being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it, not you being able to force something that you don't want on somebody else just because you think that they were born a certain way. And she don't even identify with y'all at all. It's all fake. It's all fake. I can't wait to do this show later on today. They keep telling me that I'm not.
That's facts too. From my understanding, Kamala was not identifying as a black woman until she started running for office and she saw it could be advantageous to her. So I don't really, you know what I mean? I don't really respect that. But it is what it is.
Not supposed to do a show today because they said that I got to let my voice heal. Or I'm supposed to be drinking tea with some other stuff in it. I get it, but we got something that we got to do. We got to take care of business. We got to be on top of it. We got to inform the people because they came out of the gates strong on Zoom calls. White women for Kamala, black women for Kamala, Greeks for Kamala, white men for Kamala. People that are a part of the alphabet community for Kamala. What? So we're not going to talk about no policy. We're not going to talk about your record. We're not going to talk about what you did before you became a senator. We're not going to talk about none of that. The only thing that we're going to lean on is you not black if you don't vote for her. Okay, cool. I don't even like to identify as black anyway. That's a construct that was given to you, not something that I identify by. I'm an American first. I'm a Christian first. I'm a man first. I'm a father first before I ever align with you. So if I'm going to vote based off of something, it's going to be voting based off of what's in my best interest for Americans, my daughter.
Bro, did you just say you're American before you're black? You need to tell that to the system, bro. They don't see it like how you see it, buddy. They don't see it how you see it, buddy. Nah, that there I disagree. You are who you are before, you know what I mean, your politics. Like, your politics is just your mental, how you think, what your concepts on life are and stuff like that. But this you can't change. You can't change. You can change your mind. You can't change all of this. You know what I mean? You can't change the conditions that, you know, well, you can help change the conditions that we're in, but, you know, in order to do that, you have to care about this. You have to see this as valuable. You have to see other people who have this as valuable and want to help them and want to care for them. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that sense of pride or, you know, identity, then you become one of the members of our community who elevate themselves and then leave everybody else in the wind and don't ever do anything to try and help their situation or, you know, alleviate that tension in their communities. Like, you know what I mean? And that's not right either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's our job. Like, once we get a bag, I'm not saying it's our job to, you know, carry everybody on our backs. But it is our job to, like, crack the door, provide some opportunities, and, you know, try and show people another road. But it's not your job to push them through or carry them on your back and carry them through. But that, I got a baby, I got a family, you know what I'm saying? And that comes first. So on the rest of it, I do agree. But him calling himself American first before black is insane. And yes, I agree with the created concept of being black or whatever. But like, whatever you want to call it, you want to call it Afro, ethnic, African American, melanated, Asiatic, whatever that. Unfortunately, in today's world, it has to come first because nobody else cares about us. So we have to care about us. You feel me? But you already know what it is. It's your boy Sin. So I'm finna get up out of here because I think he's just gonna prattle on for like the next 30 seconds or whatever. And yeah, you already know what time it is. We out. Yeah, baby. Family, money, everything. Ha.